Hi, jerks. Today I don't really have anything going on. I'm a little bored, so I decided let's build a sub box. This car sounds pretty good, except that there's no lows, so I'm gonna have to get started on figuring out a way to put lows in it. So I used to have this old, well, it wasn't old, I mean, I used it, but it was a subwoofer in a box for the computer, and I messed up the connection or something like that. Anyway, I took the old subwoofer out of it, and it's not a bad subwoofer. It's actually pretty decent, and it's small, so I figured that's a pretty good deal. 6 inches. So what I decided to do was I could build a small 6-inch subwoofer box, and then if this subwoofer doesn't perform well enough, I can always buy a purpose-built 6-inch subwoofer. There's a couple out there that are pretty decent. And this car doesn't need a lot of bass, it just needs a little bass, and that's what I think I'm going to get out of a 6-inch subwoofer. And where am I going to put it? Haha, you ask. Well, certainly not in the goddamn trunk, because that's not going to work. So I decided I'm going to put it in the footwell here. I have a little bit of room right in this general area right here. And I don't even have to, like, I'm not even going to, like, carpet the box, because basically I've got my floor mat. If the box sits behind there, this can sort of just roll up in front of it like that. And it will actually look like it's kind of supposed to be that way. And the front passenger won't lose too much foot space. A little, but, you know, tough shit. I've made a kind of an idea of how I'm going to do it. Now the space in there is not a rectangle. It's not a cube or a box. It's kind of angled weird. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagling and some fixing. So I'm off to Home Depot now. I'm going to buy some wood. So I'm off to start a project that I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I used to be a carpenter though, so I'm not like an idiot with tools. I used to do woodworking. So that's a positive, but I have no idea how to make a sub box. And so anyway, here we go. I got the wood that I was going to use, and I got the guy at the place to cut it a couple of times so I could get it home in the Dadmobile. All the Miatas are in the driveway. I got space. I got my circular saw right here, and here are some other things that I'm going to be using. I got some wood glue. I got some 1 1/4 screws, and I went with these only because they're smaller and because I'm using 1/2 inch MDF. There's no reason to go any bigger than 1 1/4 inches. I have a hole saw here to cut a hole for this, and this is going to be a port hole. So this is going to be a ported box. I have my electrical connectors here for quick connects for the electrical. And then I've got my Dremel tool to clean up the hole that I'm going to make because it's not quite as big as this thing. And I've also got this to screw on here with a cutting, one of these is a cutting thing, and that's going to help me cut my circle for the subwoofer to sit in. I had him cut this to 13.5 because I want an overall dimension of 14.5, so I'm just going to cut several pieces out of that and then start putting it all together. Fingers down my spine. Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. This is the back. So it basically looks like this. I'm going to have to miter my cuts a little bit, but that's kind of how it looks for right now. Oh man, this camera is going to be so fucked by the time I'm done with it. Now, my angles aren't perfect, and that's okay, because I'm going to use a lot of glue to sort of fill in the gaps. But that's what I've got going on so far. Now all I have to do is cut these pieces. Let's build this. Fuck it. one of the bonus parts is I have enough of this material that I could literally build this about 5 times. So if I mess it up and I test fit everything and things don't work, then I can just redo it. So let's make stuff. All right. How does this work? Oh, I was a carpenter once. I should have known that. And I'm not going to get any points for neatness on this job. Basically because I don't care. Doing a fantastic job here. So far, so good. Now, somebody out there who probably builds boxes for a living is going to tell me what a shit job I'm already doing. To you, I say, thank you, sir, but it's not like I'm going into competition. This is literally just to get a little bit of bass in my tiny little car. Ah! Okay, split that. To which everybody's going to say, well, of course you did, dummy, because you didn't pre-drill. To which I would say, you're absolutely right. I didn't pre-drill. But here's the thing. Something's going to go on top of that. Everything's going to get all perfectly fine. You don't worry about a thing. It's going to be great. You'll see. So now I will pre-drill for the rest because I learned from my mistakes. I'm doing a very bad job. All right. See, that's how you do it, kids. Wow, this drill bit sucks. You know what that's from? That's from drilling into metal with a wood bit. Let's not do that anymore. Haha, new wood bits. Better. All right, screw coming in. Screw on the fucking floor. Not bad. Not good. Not bad. Okay, next bit is going to be this. And that damn near comes together, which is nice. See? Nice. If you're one of those kids who really like to put Elmer's glue all over your fingers in 3rd grade and then peel it off, get yourself some wood glue. That stuff is good. Alright. So this piece is... I put it on the wrong edge. That sucks. On the outside, this is a sloppy job. Fuck it. I really wish I had a brad nailer, something like that. Alright, so that's pretty much going to hold it together just as long until I can get like a couple of nails in it somewhere. Yeah, that's not working. Fuck. Okay. Not horrible, not great. Okay, this is Greg's first crappy subwoofer box build. How do you like it? Bad, right? Alright, so let's stick this in here and see what it looks like. See if it's going to work. Sure, looks just about like I designed it. Pretty much exactly like that. And then my passenger will have room to put their feet here, but not much more. They can even probably put their feet against it if they wanted to. I'm making progress. Alright, so since I'm bad at math and drawing everything in life, I'm literally just going to put this on here, just trace out what I need it to look like, and that way I shouldn't have any problems actually figuring that out. Now there is one problem I didn't really consider, and that is I might be making this too wide if I'm just putting pieces on the top here, but I guess I'm going to figure that out in a little bit. Okay, so good, let's cut it out. Cut it out. Get out of here. MDF. is fucking dusty as fucking dusty.
Knowledge.
There. Now it's good. This corner is a little wackadoodle. So the left-hand side is going to be solid. The right-hand side is where the port's going to come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the left-hand side on, and then I'm going to take some silicone and go on the inside of it and make sure all of those seams are airtight. Okay, this is slightly small, kind of sucks a little. It looks like it's going to be fine. Oh good, just throw these batteries everywhere. Lithium batteries seem to really work really well when you smash them. That is mostly built now, and then I'm going to get to a caulkin in there. Christopher Caulkin, or Wisterful Caulkin. That's the new name, Wisterful Caulkin. All right, just got back from the store with my DAP, and I'm gonna go ahead and on the inside of this, everywhere there's an edge, it's gonna get some DAP right right in the edges there to make sure it's really airtight, and I'm not gonna have any air leaks all over the place. So giant hole, and I'm just gonna DAP it. It's fine, it's good. Ugh, I'm making a goddamn mess. This is like icing. Feels like icing, tastes like icing. It even actually kind of smells like icing. That's bizarre. More is better, as long as it's on every surface in there. See it? Every surface. Down here, I guess? Yeah, down there. And then the speaker, nope, has to go the opposite way. So the speaker will go, can you see? Kinda-ish. The speaker's gonna go close to the end of the port, and then the port's gonna go here somewhere. Almost to the back of the box, but not quite. So I'll need to cut this, I don't know, I'll cut it in half. Apparently Angel's coming over, which means this project will probably grind to a halt, because he's really good at helping me. No, I appreciate him coming over, because at least it's not boring. Well, there he goes. Bye-bye, Angel. I can get back to work now. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I actually put the tube, or the port, into my finished piece here. I've drawn my circle that I'm going to be cutting out, and I'm going to be using this handy dandy little attachment on my, this is called a Dremel tool. And I'm just going to cut that out, drop this in for fit, and we're going to go from there. So let's get to it. Touchdown! Crowd goes wild. Looks like it fits. So now I'm going to do the electrical work. I have to cut these back and then put some quick connects on. So I decided I'm going to do the quick connects inside the box, and then just run speaker wire through the box. And the reason is because if I need to replace the subwoofer, then I can just put the connects. Oh, yeah, if I do something dumb with the subwoofer like that. Best investment ever. Nope. How did I fuck that up? I don't know, but I did. Probably because I'm a fuck up. There, one. All right, at some point, I think I got good at this. There we go. So I'm quickly running out of, not really patience, but I'm quickly running out of, well, I ran out of daylight, but it's getting a little cold, and I'm getting a little tired of this. I'm probably gonna wrap this up pretty soon, whether it works or doesn't. And this coming through, yep. And then later I will put a little goo there. I'll go ahead and quick connect these. So I've got this all wired up. The amp is changed over to the low pass. The box is together and wired. I'm going to turn it on and see if it even works, for one, and then kind of mess around with stuff. So nothing is actually screwed in just yet, but I just kind of want to hear it, see if it works. Playing something. That's a little loud. All right. I doubt that you can hear that.
More data time!
But at least it is making sounds, so let's continue. Glue, glue, glue. Way too much. Oh god, that is way too much. Whatever. Okay. Okay, this is a disaster. Try not to do that. So I'm just putting a little more goo on there. Being careful not to drill into the cone. I guess all we have now to do is to kind of put it in place and see how it performs, if at all. This goes in off. Oh my gosh, it's a great fit. Okay, that's gonna get Velcro in a little bit. Now, I already have to buy a new subwoofer, and the reason why is this one was old, and I kind of left it out in this garage for months, and it dry rotted a bit, and like an absolute dumbass, I stuck my thumb right through the foam ring that goes around the cone.
God damn it! God damn it!
That's me. I'm awesome. Anyway, I'm still going to be able to test this to see what it's like. And I just know that with a better subwoofer, it's going to be better. And besides, I have to get a new amp and everything, so there's that. Alright, so let me jump in here and see what it's like. Alright, play me a song. Okay. Let's see if we can find a song with some bass in it. Well, it's interesting. A lot of things are vibrating in the car. It's pretty good. I can hear it eating itself because there's too much power, and I absolutely put my thumb through it. Yeah, it completely ate itself. Let me see if I can show you. You've got to see this. This is bad. This is the worst. Yeah, so it ate itself. Oh well, I'll get a new one. Okay, that didn't work. I mean, it worked. It didn't work. So I'll just get a new subwoofer. That's a 6-inch subwoofer. I'm kind of excited to do anyway. Have a much better subwoofer in there, and I'm gonna have bass. I'm gonna have bass in my little Miata. So there you have it. Placement was great, perfect really, and hopefully I'll just be able to buy a subwoofer that is not too deep for this little box that I made. Anyway, stay tuned for part 2, I guess, of this attempt at bass in a Miata. Thanks. See you next time.